Oh, hello, hello. Did I put my topic? I don't even know. All right. So, hey, y'all. What are you up to? I am coming in. Oh my goodness. I wanted to come in like 10 or 15 minutes ago. Y'all, I'm literally supposed to be eating lunch. Okay. I have a heavy lunch. Y'all, I've had a morning. Okay. I've had a morning. I know it's lunchtime, but we have oxtail. I had to take the meat off the oxtail because I ain't feel like, dealing with that. And then we have like corn and beans and have some coconut rice, some plantains, some cabbage. Um, I wanted to come in because I've been having some conversations. All right. So I'm looking in all the places. First of all, I want to set this room really quick and say something before we kind of get into this conversation. Okay. I want to say that I celebrate you in everything that you have done. I celebrate you in every element of who you are, every essence of who you are, every piece of what you contribute into this world, past, present, and what you are here to contribute for the future. I celebrate every part of your vessel, of your voice, every part of what you are here to share into this world, every part of your gift, of your genius that you have been blessed with, that you have been like allowing to continue to grow and to blossom and to bloom and to share into the world. Every single dollar, every single comma, every single digit that you have made from your area of expertise, I celebrate every single element of it. Okay. And I hope that you do too. And I celebrate where you are being called next. I celebrate where you are going next. I celebrate you shifting through everything that is in your way for you stepping into the next level of your voice. I celebrate you in advance for every part of your shift that needs to be in place for you to finally give yourself the next layer of what you need to see every essence of your full power. You know that you're powerful, but there's this next level of it. And I celebrate in advance for you and stepping into your divine audience, your divine message, not the one that you keep defaulting to, because your default audience has you about to go back and get a job. Your default message, your default offers, your default pricing. You are in a space where what it is that you do, you have been censoring it. You have been cleaning it up. You have been making it so safe and so comfortable for people that are not your people. And we wonder why, like, we're having these conversations around burnout. I can't tell you how many conversations are being had. Like, I'm thinking about the conversations inside of my sales positioning power audits. If you need one, kiarajones.com/call, you need to grab one. Y'all keep thinking that this is an issue on. I know that I'm sitting here talking about your default audience, but here's the truth. For a second, it's actually not just about the people. It's not your package. It's not your price. It's a positioning problem. But you know that because you have been doing so much work. You have been growing and you've been expanding and you've been evolving and you have been, going through like so many things personally and professionally. You've sacrificed so much in this 2 years and this 5 years and this 10, 8, 12, 18, 22 years. I'm throwing out numbers of different clients of mine. This isn't a one off conversation. This is a bigger conversation around the level of expertise that you have, the amount of experience that you have, everything that you've been pouring in. You are in a space where you've been pouring it into, I'm going to say, the wrong people. And it doesn't mean you love them any less, you care about them any less, you are less humane. It actually means, hello, 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 welcome, Felicia. Yes. How are you? Hey, China. Welcome, my love. Hey, Nini. Super excited to see you here. Make sure you invite your biz besties, invite your girls who need to be a part of this conversation, your biz besties, your mastermind sisters. You know that you're undercharging. When you look at the level of expertise that you have, when you look at the years of experience that you have, when you look at all that you have put in and you have sacrificed, you have been making it so easy for other people to not show up for themselves. Undercharging is connected to people not showing up for themselves. Whenever I have clients who come to me talking about their low ticket offers, it's always some level of the conversation involves they don't even show up and do the work. I'm giving them this and I'm giving them that. If they only knew, I charge 2 times this, if they only knew I charge 10 times this, if they only knew my 5-figure clients this, but they don't. They don't. Why are you mad? Why are you so upset and mad about individuals who are not in a space where they are ready and they see where they truly can be, but you're upset because they don't see your value? And I am not saying that that means that they get cast to the side and they are not deserving of being shown up for. That is not what I'm saying. I have been in the same place, KiaraJones.com. You can DM me at the same link for the last 10, 11, 12 plus years, longer than that. Okay. I ain't going nowhere. So I'm going to be right here. I have women who 10 years ago were at one point and it took them 5 years because they needed to go through what they needed to go through to transition. And then they called me. I have women who took 2 years. I have women who took 2 months. I have had women who took 5 minutes. I am not in charge of that timeline. What I am in charge of is right here. So what I'm not going to do, though, is continue to, celebrate you and babyfy you, my client, and showing up as a lesser version of you because you're trying to meet a lesser version of an audience that you keep defaulting for. So that burnout is because you're trying to literally sit there and convince other people that they need you, that now is the time for their support. Well, learn how to talk to your folks who already know that it's time. This week, I have been having so many conversations in my private coaching calls, as well as in my Inner Circle Mastermind call, about what I refer to as assumption messaging. It's one of the many sales messaging strategies that I teach. It's an approach that we focus on, and it is pure gold. I've had clients who literally have been able to transition their entire sales process with this, right? And you can't go into assumption messaging, though, when you're wobbling back and forth with who you are here to really be speaking to and who you're really here to be serving, right? This is not about any clients. This is about aligned clients. And it's not just aligned because it's from our energy and our heart. It's also aligned because they're actually ready for what it is you're wanting to do with them, for the method that you have, for the work that you are ready to step into with them. They're ready to show up for it. Because a lot of your burnout is because you've been sitting there convincing people to do the work. You've even been trying to do the work for them. Now, don't get that confused with parts of your delivery. So in my private one-on-one, like full service one-on-one coaching, right? So I have a level of full service implementation and integration. So when we do CEO expression extraction, right? So we're sitting there, you and myself, and I'm extracting out parts of your next level message. There's a point of which, last week I did this for 4 different sales pages. This week I'm doing it for like content for clients. I do it for clients' presentations, for their pitches. It's where then I am sitting here with me, myself, and I. But I'm holding on to the parts of your message, every essence of you, every essence of what we extracted. I have parts of your testimonials. I have parts of your client results. I have parts of your method. I have parts of, the most powerful pieces of the work that you do, right? I see parts that you have not been talking to. That's why we focus on elevating. And I'm taking all those things. Sometimes I'm in your funnel. Sometimes I'm inside of your lead magnets. I'm inside of your offers. I'm in your sales pages. I'm in all these different areas, right? All these different parts of your assets. Okay. Sometimes it's your YouTube. Sometimes it's your podcast. And I am sitting there myself and I'm taking from the different sessions that we've had and I am doing work. I am in an integration period where I'm now integrating the next level message that you and I have been focusing on extracting together in our together time, right? You have filled out some of the pre-work and we've had our coaching time together. And then I'm transitioning that over into now I'm going to work because I am able to move faster and you're able to do what you're a genius in and do your thing. And then we come back together. Hey, here's what I put together for you. And my client's like, here, you just sold me on my own thing. Right. And I get to say, here you go. So that's different. I'm not talking about that. If you have layers of your delivery where you actually are doing an element of like done for you with your clients, that's different. What I'm talking about is if I had someone who was like, hey, Kiara, like we need to do at least a 75-minute CEO extracting conversation. I've mastered it and gotten so good, right? In 10 years, we've had hundreds of these. And so, I mean, including like one-on-one calls and stuff like that, we've had thousands, but like this true like CEO expression, extraction exercises, right? So there's been hundreds of those. And so sitting there and looking at those, used to be 8 hours and then it went to 6 hours and then 4 hours, right? And so it's like, I can talk to somebody for about 10, 15 minutes and extract out. We've done it in our like different challenges and workshops and things. And many of you may have seen it, right? If you want to experience it, go to kiarajones.com and /call, and you'll be able to get a experience of it, right? But even in my workshops, right, women have been able to see a 5-minute version of it, and they're blown away how in 5 minutes I can extract out things because there's specific questions I know to ask you that have nothing to do with basic ideal client clarity stuff. We don't do that. That's not even why your people buy. But that's why the people that keep circling buy. That's why the people that are causing you to be in your default audience buy. And that's why you needing to go back and get a job. That's why you questioning yourself. So you're allowing those folks to cause you to question yourself. All it boils down to, you're not positioning, you're not speaking to in your language. You're not talking to your highest transformation in the most powerful way. All of your assets and your automations and your collateral and your activities that you do, they don't include the messaging and the positioning that will cater to those individuals. Instead, they're speaking to that default audience. And meanwhile, you are over there, you're having confidence issues, you're questioning yourself. You're really, really confident this day, you're not confident that day. You're really, really having a great week, you're having your biggest week, and then you're not. Like, you're going back and forth with yourself. And the default audience with that default message makes you default to your default pricing and your default offers. Ooh, let me not sell this package. I have a client who was selling her $1,500 package nonstop. And we were grateful for it. But finally, we had a breakthrough on like, wait a minute, this is not the thing that you're actually like fully here to do. This is not the highest level transformation that you actually provide for your clients. You actually do this. What's the mindset behind this? So the real question we need to be asking y'all. So when you go to kiarajones.com /call, or if you just shoot me a DM, we can have this conversation. I truly, deep in my heart, want to understand what is coming up for you that is causing you to be in a space where you're not stepping into that next layer of your positioning. Where are you sleeping on yourself? You are okay and comfortable in settling for a default audience because they're boxing you in on how they see you, and you're keeping your messaging and you're keeping your pricing, you're keeping your offers there. You have another level of how you want to work with your people. You have another level of what you want to be charging. You have another level of what you want to be known for. Why are you allowing yourself to stay in the default? Why is that comfortable for you? Those are the deeper questions that we have to have. And behind those questions, we will do the strategy work that we need to align the messaging and the positioning that will allow you to elevate how you're presenting your work, how you are presenting your packages, how you are showing up to embody that message and who it's magnetizing, so that you allow yourself to step into a space where you're calling in clients who you're not burning yourself out because you're over explaining, you're overdoing, you're undercharging, over delivering because you're trying to prove yourself. You think that that's going to be what gets them to refer people to you and give you a best review and keep them coming back. But then they're like, oh, I'm done. Okay. Or like, I never even did the work. So a lot of that burnout is because, boo boo, you trying to actually convince your dang on self that, oh no, I'm trying to sell myself on selling this offer. I'm trying to sell myself on keeping this price. I'm trying to sell myself on keeping this business. So now you're questioning your gift, you're questioning your genius, you're questioning all the work that you've put in, everything that you've sacrificed, and everything that you've done, all because you literally have people that are not meant to be in your work at this point moving forward. We cannot do anything about the past. Were they your aligned clients before? Were they not? We got to worry about the future. Where do you want to go from here? Are you holding on to that messaging? Are you holding on to that positioning? Or do you know in every bone in your body, way before I even hit live right here, way before I ever hit the record button, do you already know that this is needing to be elevated and amplified? That it's time for you to elevate how you express your work? That it's time for you to carry that next level of your work and truly embody it? You already know that. There's no question on that. You knew that before I even started talking. This was confirmation. And the gift and the blessing is go to kiarajones.com/call or just shoot me a DM so that we can talk about this, because you feeling motivated right now does nothing. I would love to look at pieces of your work right now. If you didn't hear anything I talked about when I said, I am a coach who looks at your stuff. I don't do that basic. We ain't in 2015. Oh, let's just have a coaching session. Let you, you're going to feel motivated and then you're going to get off of here and then we'll check back in again and see what you did with that. No. We're going to extract some things and then we step into implementation. We step into integration. This gets to be transformed. Your messaging, your positioning should be transformed into a sales agent for you 24/7. It should be selling for you. And it needs to be integrated into your activities that you have in place and into your assets and into levels of your automation if you're there or when you get there. Those are the things that we're mapping out. You having your power isn't the issue. You already know that. You already know you're powerful. Boo boo. I'm not telling you anything new. You know that. You knew that. I'm glad I could remind you if you needed it, but you knew that. And that's okay, because powerhouses sometimes have temporary moments where they forget. You knew that. The only thing that's happening is that power is not being translated as powerfully as it could be inside of your messaging, inside of your positioning. We have to power up your positioning. It's going to transform the clients that you call in. It's going to transform your ability to command high investment. It's going to literally amplify the caliber of the opportunities that come your way. It's going to speed up your sales cycles because you don't have to spend all this time convincing, because you will have powerful pre-selling messaging and pre-qualifications that it calls in who it needs to. Instead of you being in a space where you're settling for clients, you're settling for an offer, you're settling for a certain price point, you're settling in this box that you've outgrown, that's not yours. And then you're like, I'm questioning it all, to the point where I'm questioning my gift. I'm telling myself I'm so burnt out. And I'm not discrediting that you feel that way, but I'm telling you what you're looking at as the reason is a little different. You're burnt out because you're trying to convince yourself to stick with these things. And you've been doing so much growing. You are literally itching. Every part of you is itching for this next level of your positioning, of your sales positioning, of your sales message. That's how you keep your clients from no longer circling, but coming to you because you're ready to make a committed decision. And that's what we work on. So I would love to help you identify what's one area in your positioning that has you diluting your value, that has you diluting who you're calling in, that has you diluting your sales cycles, that has you slowing them down, that has you, experiencing leaks in your conversions, that has you in this space where you're up and down in this wobble. Because the level of work that you do, the power of the work that you have, the voice that you have doesn't deserve that. And you know that. I am not telling you anything you don't know, but I'm so excited to help you see things that you haven't seen in your messaging, in your positioning, because you deserve to take a break and have someone who literally sits and breathes and does it and geeks out on it and loves it to see it with you. That's the type of support that you deserve. Okay? So kiarajones.com/call. I have a couple calls left. I want you to grab one. If there is something coming up for you on this video and you want to have a quick question before we have a call, or you just want to share really quick, shoot me a DM at the Kiara Jones. Okay. Same as my handle here. And make sure you share this video with a biz bestie, a mastermind sister who you know needs to hear it, an accountability buddy. All right. I started this off with, I am so proud of everything that you've done, and I am so excited and proud in advance of everything you're going to do. But you have to take action from this moment. So what are you going to do next? Are you grabbing your call? Are you looking for a post to send me in my DM? Are you going to go grab something from your sales page? Are you going to go tell me what's coming up from a mindset standpoint? What are you going to go do when I hit end on this video? Or are you like some folks who may have already sent me something before I even hit end? What are you going to do with what we have came up with, talked about, whatever has presented itself right now? That's how we're going to power up your positioning. That's powering up your money. That's powering up the caliber of your clients, right? So that you can stay in the work that you're meant to be doing in the way that you're meant to be doing it and amplify your results. So you can stick to the agenda that is assigned to you and not fall into a trap of anything else. Okay? I hope that empowered you today to take action. I'm going to be looking out for your DM, for your post, for a piece of your messaging, for a piece of your offer, or whatever's coming up mindset wise. I'm going to be looking out for your call if that's a route that you decide to do. I don't care if it's a DM or a call. I want to support you because I'm tired of seeing women under positioning themselves and then mad about the money that they are not making or resenting the money that they made, but when they know I should have definitely charged 3 times this. Okay. All right, KiraJones.com/call. Until next time, love, shine, and success. Bye, y'all. Make sure you share this video with a biz bestie. See you later, love. Thanks for joining. Absolutely. I will be looking out for your message, love.